temporary protected status, and Haiti. In 1990, as part of the Immigration Act of 1990, PL 101-649, Congress established a procedure by which the Attorney General may provide temporary protected status to immigrants in the United States who are temporarily unable to safely return to their home country because of ongoing armed conflict, an environmental disaster, or other extraordinary and temporary conditions. On March 1, 2003, pursuant to the Homeland Security Act of 2002, Public Law 107-296, the former Immigration and Naturalization Services of the Department of Justice was divided into 3 different agencies under the Department of Homeland Security, namely U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, and U.S. Customs and Border Protection. As of October 2017, the authority to designate a country for temporary protected status rests with the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. TPS beneficiaries and those who are found preliminarily eligible for TPS upon initial review of their cases are not removable from the United States, can obtain employment authorization, and may be granted travel authorization via Form I-131. Application for travel document. By 2017, the Temporary Protected Status Program covered people from 10 countries, namely El Salvador, Haiti, Honduras, Liberia, Nepal, Nicaragua, Somalia, Sudan, South Sudan, Syria, and Yemen. By November 2017, about 300,000 foreign nationals were recipients of protection under temporary protected status. Some have been in the United States since the 1990s. Deferred enforced departure is a status similar to temporary protected status. It covers those who formerly had TPS from certain countries prior to its termination. It is active for Liberia through March 30, 2020 and covers those who had TPS as of the termination of the second most recent TPS designation of Liberian on September 30, 2007. Liberians covered by DARE, as well as some Liberians not covered by DARE, may be eligible for permanent resident status under recently enacted legislation known as Liberian Refugee Immigration Fairness Act. As of September 2020, the program had become a source of political controversy, with the administration of President Trump seeking to end protections and advocacy groups instead recommending a pathway to permanent residency status. Designation by the Attorney General of a country's nationals for temporary protected status allows all of those countries' nationals who are in the United States on the day of the designation to apply for temporary protected status. Anyone from that country who enters after that date is not eligible. When the status comes up for expiration, the Attorney General of the United States may choose to redesignate, allowing that country's nationals who have entered since the original designation to apply, or to extend, which merely allows the previous recipients to maintain their status until the new expiration date. A person who is a national of a country, or a person having no nationality who last habitually resided in that country, designated for temporary protected status is eligible to apply for temporary protected status. Benefits if he or she. A person is not eligible for temporary protected status if he or she. Late initial registration is available for those who did not apply during the initial registration period of a country's temporary protected status designation, in addition to meeting all of the other requirements for temporary protected status in one's own right. A late initial registrant must establish eligibility to file late by showing that one or more of the late initial filing conditions existed during the initial registration period and also within 60 days of filing the late initial temporary protected status application. Children and spouses of temporary protected status eligible individuals cannot derive continuous residence or continuous physical presence from their parents or spouses for late initial filings. The Department of Homeland Security has previously announced decisions to terminate TPS for El Salvador, Nicaragua, Sudan, Haiti, Honduras, and Nepal as of certain dates are undergoing challenges in the court system. At least until the current litigation is resolved. The termination of TPS will not go into effect for these countries. Specifically, the automatic extension of EADs issued under the TPS designations for El Salvador, Haiti, Honduras, Nepal, Nicaragua, and Sudan, and automatic extension of Forms I-94 and Forms I-797, tables in the most recent Federal Register Notices Extension section of each of U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, S. Country-specific TPS web pages also states which prior EAD approval notice and I-94 end validity dates have been automatically extended without the need to refile as long as registrants maintain eligibility for TPS. Those whose TPS documents have been automatically extended can show their existing